fucking second. We're in our second drink. Still recording, I hope to God. That's so stupid. Fuck Zoom. Okay, well, it's still recording. Okay. All right, Billy. Let's get into some miscellaneous questions. Okay. Now, bear with me here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You are a dictator in any country of your choice. Mm-hmm. Any one of your choice. What's your first policy? And then second, what country are you going to wage war against? I have my answers ready.
Okay. Do I have to pick my country, or we're just picking the policy?
Yeah, you can. Okay.
I would like to own. I mean, let's be honest. I'll take America. If we're going to take a country, I'll take America. And first policy, probably not the most important policy, but a very early policy would be no more male masseuses. Female masseuses only from here on out, because no one wants a male masseuse. That's just ridiculous. Everyone stop with that shit.
Sounds like you've had a bad experience, or maybe 4 or 5. Did Deshaun Watson come in and show you his penis? Just kidding. Those are allegations. But I mean, after 26.
What was the second?
What country are you waging war against?
Goodness. Well, I don't want to start like a nuclear winter, so it's got to be this. This is a tough one, man. I might like throw a wild card and just like start some hostility with Canada just to shake things up. You know?
Oh my gosh.
They're our friends.
Most rookie answer. Okay, so I'm going to be the dictator of Norway. Anybody that has bought in the past or in the present that has bought a sticker that says my dog is a Republican or my dog is a Democrat gets executed on the spot.
I like that. Yeah,
and then I'm going to wage war against Uruguay. I just feel like they haven't had one in a while.
Okay, that logic makes sense. Yeah, good. Okay.
And if you're over the age of 27 and you don't have kids and you haven't killed your kids, you're not allowed to be a Disney adult.
Like at Disney, you're allowed to go to Disney.
Yeah, grow up.
I agree with that too. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, Billy, pet people. Some of the worst human beings on planet. You know, their whole personality is like their pet. Just terrible. Which one are you getting rid of? Now, mine personally, I would get rid of people that have spiders as pets. I think that's annoying. I think it's gross. I think you should be thrown off a very high structure of some sort.
Yeah.
And if you don't die, I think they should try it again.
Yeah, because that's kind of a whole thing. Like, imagine how much like the steps you have to take to like own a tarantula. You know, it's not like an impulse thing, right? You gotta like
you're a psychopath.
You gotta be like way into tarantulas and like learn how to feed them. And yeah, that's a lot. Not to say that they can't be cool, you know, but yeah, I agree with you. So
there's 0 people watching. This is fucking awesome. This is going great. Not even a single one. There's 8 billion people in the world, and like 4 billion of them are on YouTube. And they'd rather have a tarantula as a pet than watch this.
So my pet person, the people who, there's a lot of these people. I don't want to see them hurt or harmed or anything, but just, fined maybe, or
thrown off a high structure.
Yeah. Something just, some kind of misdemeanor charge would be people who like are way into dogs on the internet. Like they post them on Instagram. They like to bring them around to see, like show them off, but they don't like clean up their shit at the apartment complex that they live in, which is the situation that I'm currently in now. Like they're always walking their dogs. I'm sure they're on fucking Instagram with their dog all the time, but there's just dog shit. Like I can like when it's windy and I have the window open, I can smell the dog shit coming in my room.
Oh God, dude, where the fuck do you live?
And so, yeah, I'm not a fan of those people. My girlfriend really loves dogs. She actually gets joy from them. She should probably have a dog someday. There's a lot of people. I don't love dogs. There's a lot of people out there who pretend to love dogs, who just have a dog for the aesthetics of it. So you don't love dogs either? You kind of pretend or what?
No, I love my dog.
Okay. But it gives you a little clout too, you know?
Yeah. Especially when I beat him.
You beat your dog? That you should,
all the time.
You should stop that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't.
I love dogs enough to not want them harmed.
I think the sentence of the day is she actually gets joy from them.
Well, there are dog owners who don't like to play with their dog, right? They probably just, post on Instagram and go back to your fucking cave or whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably a thing.
Blog about it. Fucking assholes. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Billy's not a dog person. If he could kill one species off the face of the earth, it would be dogs. Sorry, Sarah McLachlan. They're all fucking dead and in the arms of the angels. Well, that's if they go to heaven, which isn't real. All right, Billy. What water brand is the best, or is it all just conjecture?
I don't know if this is all placebo, but I like the electrolyte, the like black and red bottle. It's really tall.
Yes. Yeah. Is that called electrolyte?
I don't know, but it's got a black.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Thing. Yeah. It's like very simple.
Yeah. I feel good holding that one. Whether or not you're actually getting electrolyte, I'll go buy one before I go to the sauna. It's a nice.
Do you think they're all the same?
Well, I know like there's fucking like people who take Prozac and like pee it out. That all ends up like back in the tap water. I've heard that could just be some liberal shit that I'm like listening to on like NPR or whatever. But I think it's true, so I'm going to say it on the podcast.
How many people could we segment out in this one podcast? Don't worry, nobody's watching. So
I don't want to like. So I am a filtered water guy. Whether or not it works, I don't want to be getting like Prozac.
You got a Brita?
I've got a. This is gonna sound weird. I ordered a filter from a doomsday website because apparently it's the most like intense of removing shit from your water. Because I don't want Prozac. Because apparently the Britas don't get the Prozac; they get the fluoride or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that was a whole day. Anyway, we can move on.
Prozac. That's the stuff that makes you feel happy or depressed.
Antidepressant. Yeah, it was like in Sopranos. That's what Tony was taking. You seen the show?
No, never watched
it.
Sopranos.
Really? That's too bad. Yeah, I should probably watch that.
Well, after watching this podcast, maybe you should drink the unfiltered water. I mean, antidepressants. That sounds pretty good right now. All right. Next one up, Billy. Where were you when Brittany Murphy died?
Who's Brittany Murphy?
Suspicious. Is weather controlled by the government?
I don't think so. No.
Wow, but the whole Prozac thing, you're totally on board with?
Well, it's just
picking and choosing conspiracy theories here.
Yeah, you just I don't believe in all of them.
9/11 just passed, and there were actually bombs in the building. Yeah, I'm sure that's something you said before. So the weather's not controlled by the government. What conspiracy theory do you, besides the Prozac one, what one do you subscribe to? Besides the Biz Bites and More podcast, TM. Copyright.
I mean, this isn't really a conspiracy, but like the food pyramid is obviously bullshit. Like they tell you to eat like the opposite of what you're supposed to eat.
Yeah, wasn't I read about that before, but they also said that they took the food pyramid, the one where it's like eat all the fucking bread and whatnot.
Yeah.
Didn't they I think they took that because some lady in like Kansas like wrote it out.
Yeah, it's a weird. I've read some of Gary Taub's work, who like tried to debunk a lot of like nutrition science, and he's been criticized too. And again, this is all. I'm just an idiot on Google, like trying to read.
But I don't even think that's like a government takeover. I think the government was just lazy and was like, this looks good.
It seems like the sugar industry influenced the science of nutrition and like helped put out a bunch of crap. Like you should have low fat. Like if you go to the grocery store and get like a low fat Hot Pocket, like that's healthy because you're not getting fat. That kind of shit I think is fucked up, and now it's all, go get a piece of celery or something like,
Sugar industry. You fucking cocksucker.
Other what conspiracies are you into? What's your top one?
Top conspiracy theory. I don't know really okay, I guess the aliens thing, I do believe that aliens are out there, guys.
And the government's hiding it from us?
I think they know about it more than we know. Okay. I think they've maybe contacted aliens before, something like that.
I feel like somebody would have written a book by now.
I think somebody has. I just haven't read that book.
Like the government, like there are these files. I left the government. I wasn't supposed to tell you, but here's my book deal. Like why wouldn't that have happened? Same thing with like 9/11. People who think it was all whatever. It's like there's so many people who have to be involved in that.
There's Holocaust deniers.
There are, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's like a
flat Earth too. That's a crazy one.
Oh well, flat Earth. I mean, that's I always ask if they brought their helmet before they talk to me. Come on, people. Okay, all right. You know what? We're gonna get off conspiracy theories.
Okay.
What's your favorite book and your least favorite book?
A favorite book. It's gonna sound
No, your favorite book, not a favorite book.
my favorite book. It's gonna sound a little pretentious, but it is Anna Karenina. It's just a complete banger. You know, you're laughing, you're crying. It's a great book. Great book. Least favorite book. God, let's see. I tried to read that book by Trump's buddy, the Asian guy. One of
Andrew Yang?
I'm going to teach you how to be rich.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That guy.
Yeah, in the book, it's probably some good information, but there's something about his tone that I just could not stand. He just seems like a complete douchebag, and I would rather be poor than take his advice.
I would rather be poor than dead. Okay, least favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite book. My least favorite book, though, is Infinite Jest.
Did you get through it?
No. I feel like you're a cocky asshole if you've read that book.
That book's, yeah.
You've read that book, of
I haven't
course.
haven't read it.
No.
I've been recommended it a lot. So
Biggest
that shows
surprise
kind
of
of
this
circle
podcast.
I'm in. Yeah, he seemed a little much. Big tennis player, by the way, though.
Yeah, he fucking loved tennis.
Yeah.
How many times he mentioned it in the fucking book? I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like being a fan of handball. I mean, yeah, it's a sport, but come on.
Yeah.
Have some pride. Have some pride. I should take my own advice. Should we start using, last question before drink 3 and we wrap this up. Should we start using the North Korea method for COVID?
So what would that look like?
So North Korea had one reported case of COVID in North Korea.
Is that just because they didn't report any?
No, did you? Well, possibly. Fairest country in the world. That's Donald Trump.
So the fairest?
Well, I was just doing a Trump impression. You obviously don't listen to the podcast because I try to do it a lot. You fucking piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. You're
It'd be
not
so good if we got a viewer. That'd be so fucking sick.
Actually, when I went on live like a week ago just to see if it worked, I did have one viewer just watching me for like a minute while I figured it out. God only knows how much that guy loved himself physically. So North Korea had one case of COVID, reported case, and Kim Jong-un shot the guy in the fucking head.
He just killed him?
Yeah. It seemed pretty simple. I like to call it the old Yeller solution, where you kind of just take, a sick human and you tell them they're a good boy and you take them out back and do God's work.
I mean, that would be a good way to stop the spread. I just wonder if you could get to the people quick enough for that to really work. Couldn't you imagine someone not being asymptomatic or not knowing? You have to plant a chip in people so that as soon as they are positive and they have the viral load circulating, that it just self-destructs, right?
My brother actually had a really good idea that's kind of like that for politicians, to keep them more in line. What we do is we strap a watch to them, and if they don't get enough votes for the next year, they just die.
So
if their approval rating goes down enough and enough people hate them, they just die right there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Because that would be more life and death. They'd probably take their job a little more seriously.
Yeah. Or care only about, it would be like that Black Mirror nosedive. Remember that one? The episode?
Mm-mm.
Everyone's reputation is on their phone. It's kind of like what it is.
Yeah. I do remember that one.
So everything's fake and stuff. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe violence is the answer. Well, with that, let's do a last drink.
Drink 3.
Cheers.
Yes.
Fuck all you guys for not fucking paying attention to my live feed. You dicks. I already don't have a lot of self-confidence. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Billy, how was it? How'd you enjoy it?
It's a good experience. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah?
I'd like to come back someday if I'm welcome.
Well, let's see how many beta males say no, and how many people that use Prozac say that guy's a dick. making them a little more depressed. That's
no,
why
if you're actually prescribed Prozac, that's great. I just probably shouldn't take it anyway, but better than just getting it in the water.
I heard Prozac makes you feel like a shell of a human, but I already feel that way, so I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a pharmacologist, but
Pharmacologist.
people who study fucking.
Is that what their name?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Pharmacologist?
Yeah. It's a
Oh
thing.
God, they should change that name.
I mean, I know you probably listen. You probably like you'd rather take like Brendan Schaub's COVID advice than like a virologist, right?
I don't know who Brendan Schaub is.
These are one of those comedian bros. Who are your favorite comedians?
Bill Burr,
Nice,
obviously.
Nice.
Going to see him soon.
Who
with?
Yeah.
You idiot. That was the dumbest. How about we stick to me doing the questions? Mark Norman.
Okay. I have a question when you're done.
Dave.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's the man.
Joe List is really good.
Okay.
Whitney Cummings is actually really good. Terrible last name, but really good. Mm-hmm. Patrice O'Neil, R.I.P. Mm-hmm. He was really good. I don't like Kevin Hart. I think he's kind of a sellout.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 5.
Were you a fan of this Norm guy who just died?
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
Was I a fan of Norm Macdonald?
Well, you didn't put him on your list.
Yes, if I was thinking about all the dead people in my life.
I actually didn't know who he was before he died. Yeah, I've been watching some of his shit though, because everybody freaked out when he died. Also, Patrice O'Neil, can you just get his stuff on? Everyone talks about it. I've never seen it. Like Netflix.
Yeah, I mean YouTube is where I watch a bunch of his shit. Well, let's get rid of this podcast now that you've already offended me. With 70% of my listeners. Yes, Norm Macdonald was one of the greatest comedians to ever exist.
Good. Yeah,
amazing.
He seems funny. Yeah, I saw his moth bit.
He seemed funny.
Well, I just started watching a week ago. I'm not a fan. Did you like Louis?
Oh, I should have put Louis on my list. He's actually like, yeah.
What do you think about? Sorry if HR has been watching this.
Hey, no, they're not.
Do you think like where do you stand with him now? Like, do you think he should just be able to come back?
Yeah. What? I mean, come on. Okay. When you're comparing like Harvey Weinstein to what Louis C.K. did, I mean, there's like 2 different fucking countries of ballparks. Okay. Yeah.
It was fucked up, but it wasn't like ruin your life fucked up kind of thing, right?
Well, I think anyone jerking off in front of you is going to be that's going to be
especially like young comedians.
Yeah, you're going to be. Yeah. But he did ask. He said, "Hey, this is kind of what I like to do. Can I jerk off in front of you guys?" And they did not say no at the time. So,
right. But with like the power dynamic of him being like, the gateway into the industry and stuff, just wasn't a chill thing to do. I agree. It shouldn't be canceled forever.
I mean, okay. All right. That's fair. I would say that what, Monica Lewinsky did was also bad, but that was consensual as well.
Yeah, it was a weird comparison. It was very different. But yeah, I know what you mean. Have you seen his sitcom?
What? Louis? Yeah. No, I didn't really like it that much.
Really?
Louis. Yeah.
I was like,
it's okay.
Really good.
I like to stand up more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I feel bad about that comparison. Never mind. It wasn't like Monica Lewinsky. Sucking dick and jerking off is way different. Tell that to my left hand. Just kidding, guys. Gosh, so much always comes out when I do these interviews. Just the worst things about me. Everyone's like, "Oh, I always wondered what hands jerked off with." All right.
Any more questions?
That was the podcast. I'm going to do the outro. Billy, is there anything that you would like to plug?
I got a book for pre-sale.
Title?
Search Billy Hansen on Amazon. You'll find it. Harder than I thought, easier than I feared. And pre-order my shit. It's good. It's a good book.
It's a good book?
Yeah.
You still doing your podcast?
It's set to come out pretty soon again. Yeah, called Sauce Talk. Yeah.
Billy had a moment. Maybe he should have been drinking that Prozac. Anything else? What else do you do? Besides job stuff like that.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. It's a good time.
All right.
Thanks, Grayson. That should be the thumbnail.
Thumbnail? All right. Let's end the live stream.